I told you it would, and it would. Man, I have been so fucking lazy lately. I do not want to do this goddamn editing. It honestly takes me probably an hour of total work, and I just procrastinate the shit out of it. By the way, my other podcast, Punch Drunk, is doing really well. I just got the numbers today for the last 2 months, and people are listening to it. If you don't know about it, it's Punch Drunk, and it's every Tuesday, Pacific time, noon to 2 p.m. Eastern time, that is 3 to 5. European time, it might be noon to 2 a.m. I mean, midnight to 2 a.m. I don't really know European time. But if you want to, tune in live every week. My friends, me, Jason Tebow, and Sam Tripoli do a sports-related podcast where we sort of talk about sports, but really we just talk about everything else. So if you want to watch live or listen live and call in, it is it's on the Toad Hop Network. So it's www.toadhopnetwork.com/live. If you go there every Tuesday, noon to 2 p.m. Pacific time, we are on there. And if you go to iTunes, Punch Drunk, you can find us there. So, hi everybody. On our last episode, we talked to Yoshi Obayashi, and he told us about some of the shit that goes on at Evil Angel and in porn producing in general. This part of the podcast gets a little darker. This is what I was talking about last week when I said if you have a level of empathy for human condition that you can't shut off, you should probably not listen. It gets bad. So let me just give it up for my sponsors real quick. Amazon.com. If you go through my website, AriTheGreat.com, which you should be going for all my tour dates. They're all there. Also, my merchandise. You can go for forums. We're doing a Book of the Month club. And by month, it'll be like every 6 months. But right now, we're reading Quiet by Susan Cain. So if you guys go there, we're going to have a discussion thread about it in like a month. I might actually try listening to this on Audible because it's hard for me to actually sit down and read. But anyway, go there. So the way to help me out by my sponsors is to go to AriTheGreat.com. Whenever you want to go to Amazon, go to Ari the Great first. There's an Amazon banner right there on the right-hand side. There's one for Canada. There's nothing for Europe. Somebody actually told me that it was cheaper to buy a fucking device off American Amazon and then pay the customs and have it shipped to Canada rather than using Canadian Amazon. So Canadians, you should check both sites. Whatever one's cheaper, I don't know. It fucking sucks. You're in a country that has to charge you fucking levy taxes on you because you don't make shit. America, we make everything except the really cheap shit. We let other countries handle that. So anyway, go to Amazon. Go to AriTheGreat.com. Click on that through Amazon. Somebody suggested this, and I like it. If you just bookmark AriTheGreat.com and bookmark it as Amazon, it'll remind you to every time you're doing any shopping, please go through that. They give me cash back. They give me 5 or 6% cash back. It adds up to enough money so I can pay guests and buy drugs and sometimes food and condoms that I can use once every 3 months. Anyway, so on this episode, my other sponsor is Standard Quality. My other sponsor is Gamefly.com. If you go to Gamefly.com/Ari, you can sign up for a free 15-day trial. Gamefly is a video game company. What they do is it's like Netflix for video games. So if you play video games and you don't want to keep the games forever and buy them outright, which there's no reason to do unless you get it signed by like a fucking designer of the video game, an engineer, there's no other reason to have the video game. So just get it off what's it called? Off Gamefly.com, play it until you're done, and then return it, and then get a new game, and you only have to pay a small amount per month. It's like Netflix. But if you get a free 15-day trial before you sign up for it, or in lieu of signing up for it, then they give me like $20. So it's really good. So please do that. Sorry. And let me just tell my tour dates real quick. I like the way I just did it, by the way, last time, the Pete Holmes method. So I'm going to keep doing that. That's like that. September 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, I'll be in Austin at Cap City Comedy Club. Really excited about that. That should be a great one. September 20th through the 25th, I'm at Toronto at the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Toronto. It's called JFL 42. There's like 42 different shows all centered around a Louis C.K. gig. I believe Pete Holmes will actually be there. I'm not sure. I have like 3 different gigs lined up. Go to hahaha.com and click on their Toronto website, or it could be jfl42.com, or go to my website for dates. Then, and also, I am also staying one extra day in Toronto, I think the 25th. I'm going to try to put together a storyteller show. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it done. It's real late, so I almost definitely won't be able to get it done. But if I can, we might just do an underground last-minute storyteller show and just call it part of the festival. Ask the festival they're into it, and then they can just sort of semi-sponsor it. Maybe I'll... Joey Diaz told me that I should air my storyteller shows. I don't know what you guys think about that. That I should just air, just like sell them. The last one we did was just fucking sick. It was just great. It was me, Steve Renazzisi from the League was fucking great. Did 3 great little short stories. Stephen Glickman was awesome. Bert Kreischer he always fucking tackles this well. He always fucking goes after a story and really goes for it, and he did. He was awesome, and Joey Diaz was awesome. There's one other person I'm forgetting who went second. Not Renazzisi. Diaz. Neil Brennan was the last one. He was also great. It was all celebrity stories. So my friend told me, Joey Diaz told me, I should just put it online for like $4.99 and then split it up with everybody. iTunes takes their cut. The producers of the show will take their cut, and then we'll just split up the rest amongst the comedians. But said people really want to listen to those, and there's stories no one ever does. So maybe I'll do that. And then maybe if we do one in Toronto, I'll tape that too, and we'll do that too. Who knows? Is $5 too much to pay for an hour and a half of stories? I feel like it's not, right? $4.99? We'll see. Dia said $7.99 or $6.99, but I think under $5 would be the way to go. Anyway, so then the 26th, September 26th through the 29th, Crackers. I'm already not doing this the version that Pete Holmes does. But September 26th through the 29th is Crackers in Indianapolis. Then October 4th, 5th, and 6th, I'll be in Corpus Christi, Texas at the Vent Comedy Club. The next week I'm still trying to figure out. Then the week after that, October 19th, 20th, and 21st, the DC Improv, making my triumphant return. If you've ever seen a clip of me online, it's on my YouTube page of me. It's me versus, I hate the word versus, but of me versus an Indian heckler. She would just fucking heckle me the whole set. I talked about Indian people from India. She got offended as an American person from descent of India. She got offended like a moron. So anyway, if you watch that clip, you might enjoy it. But that happened the last time I was at the DC Improv. Last time I headlined a gig there. I did guest spots for Tom Green when my shows were canceled because of the hurricane. But the DC Improv stayed open, so Tom Green was cool, and he let me do guest spots like 2 nights in a row, and then we got drunk together. And there's one thing I will always tell people in terms of advice: never get drunk with a Canadian. They will drink you under the table. That was a lesson I learned right then with Tom Green. Never get drunk with a Canadian. Never get drunk with someone from Chicago, including Pete Holmes, by the way. Surprisingly, knows how to throw him down. So does everyone from Chicago. So that's 19th, 20th, and 25th of October. 25th, 26th, 27th, I'm at Helium Comedy Club in Portland. Excited to see what that's like. Then November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I'm at Yuck Yucks in Calgary. November 8th, The Big Show. Myself and Joey Diaz at the House of Blues in Chicago. Hurry up and get tickets. It's going to sell out real fast. The tickets go on sale September 14th. But the show is November 8th. But hurry up and get tickets. I'm telling you, it's going to sell out fast, and they may not add a second show. They may, but they may not. They might just say, fuck it, do one show. And then the 28th, 29th, 30th of November, and the 1st, and the 2nd is House of Comedy. Rick Brunson's House of Comedy in Minneapolis. Rick Brunson, if you don't know, was the man who owns it. He's a comedian himself, and he owns that club and the club in Edmonton, the comic strip in Edmonton. And he got me off when I got caught by the police trying to give out edible marijuana. By the way, I have a game called Hunt for the Edible, in which I hide a piece of medical marijuana edibles, either a Jolly Rancher or a pack of breath strips or something, in or around a comedy club or arena. And I will be doing this at every one of my American gigs, except maybe the House of Comedy in Minneapolis, since I just got called from there. But you know what? Maybe I'll just do it around Minneapolis. I will try to organize these around the city or around nearby the club, hide them somewhere, have a little scavenger hunt. If you don't want to play, don't play. But if you want to play, fucking find some edibles. I'm like the Robin Hood of, not edibles. And then I'm trying to get a gig in Australia for those last 3 weeks of December before the final week, where I'll be in LA probably. We'll see. Kylie, if you're listening, come through. And then I'll be in the comic strip January 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. Man, those guys are the only ones that get me for 5 full days. That shit's got to stop. So that's it, everybody. That's the gigs. Please come out and see me. I have an entirely new hour, and it's going really well right now. And I'm really excited. I'm about to hit the road for fucking 8 or 9 straight weekends. And it's going to get real sharp. If you haven't seen me in over 7 months, this will be 85% new. If you saw me over a year ago, it'll be 100% new. So please come out. I'm really proud of my stand-up right now. And I'm about to release my album. I almost forgot about that. My album, Revenge for the Holocaust, is going to be out September 18th. Of course, I might have to delay that to the 25th because I haven't got the track listings down, but let's just call it September 18th. And it's going to be out for sale on September 4th. So September 4th, you can pre-order on iTunes Ari Shaffir's first comedy CD, Revenge for the Holocaust. Seriously, guys, I listened to it. It's good. I really enjoy it. I thought I'd hate it because I hate listening to myself, but I like it. It's fucking years of comedy all brought together. There's some great bits on there. And some of them are fucking 12 minutes long, and some of them are fucking 2 minutes long. But I'm really excited about it. So please pre-order that September, whatever I just said, 4th? 11th, 18th. Yes. And it'll be out the 18th, possibly the 25th. Anyway, that's it. Let's get to the episode. This gets dark, you guys. There's some underage shit in here. There's some evil stuff. There's some illegal stuff. Thank you, Yoshi Obayashi, for talking to me. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the man himself, the Korean monster, the fucking transplant to Japan, Yoshi Obayashi, in Ari Shaffir Skeptic Tank, number 74, Part B, P-O-R-N, porn. Well, anyway, we're back. I'm back.
Yes.
It'll be part 2. Now we're gonna get to the good stuff. Yoshi was upset before they didn't get to any of the best stuff he wanted to get to.
I wasn't upset. I just feel, I had a root canal surgery, and this morning I've been up all night, so lower energy, tired. I just didn't feel like I was giving you anything that is good for your audience.
Let's get to the good shit.
All right, sir.
What'd you see there? The porn place while you were editing and doing all this stuff. First of all, how much did they pay you?
By the time I got close to $20 an hour.
20. Okay, so it's hourly. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the word called when you get medical benefits?
Yes.
You got those?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. So, let's talk about some awful shit you saw there.
At Evil Angel.
Yeah.
So I got fired almost 6 months ago.
Okay.
And
what'd you get fired for?
They claim I violated somebody's privacy, which is complete bullshit. The general manager has been trying to fire me for a long time.
Okay, why? Why can't they just fire people? I don't never understand that. People
they're just fired. Don't make up some manufactured crazy rule.
They did it at the Comedy Store. They fired Gay Mark.
For what?
He was becoming really annoying to everybody.
Yeah.
He was trying to make rules, and nobody was like, dude, just let shit run as is.
Yeah.
That's what it really was. But then they eventually just it's becoming too much of a problem.
Right.
And so they demoted him, hoping he would quit, to just night manager or just day manager. And then cut his shifts, and then he didn't quit. And they're like, all right, well, yeah, but you're fired. They're just trying to get him. It's like, just fire people. What's the difference?
Absolutely. I don't feel like people owe me jobs. They didn't have.
Hey man, we don't watch you here anymore, so you're fired.
Yeah, and I would have been cool with that, but
You were upset, but like
making up bullshit reason.
So what does that mean? Violate someone's privacy?
Well, okay, so this is what happened.
Okay, yeah.
I was working. This is Valentine's Day, February 14th this year.
Of this year.
This year.
Beautiful.
So
2 days after my birthday.
there's a director named Kevin Moore. He's relatively speaking, pretty new director for Evil Angel, which I work.
What's his auteur like? What kind of?
He does.
What's he known for?
He has a line where he has a lot of hot chicks wearing hot panties, I think, if I remember right.
Okay.
And she'll give the guy Kevin blowjobs, and look, he's got a pretty
director blowjobs.
Yeah.
Wait. So he's an actor and director?
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's true for most porn guys. It cut the cost for the performers.
Oh, yeah.
And you're getting your dick sucked, too. Good deal.
Triple threat. Yeah.
So he does like a fetishy stuff, because there's so many boy-girl stuff. You have to do something different so you could build your new clienteles and customers, But if it's just regular boy-girl stuff, there's just so many of them. You have to do something different to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you just do vanilla jokes, you'll never stick out, right? So you got to do something different as a comic, right?
Yeah.
So
totally.
it's a similar thinking on that,
to stand out.
To stand out. So he does those fetishy stuff, and he picks a lot of girls. I wasn't into it. That's not my thing, but he has a very good eye for the very attractive girls. So what happened was he comes up the stairs, and I started talking to him. Then he brought up something like, "Hey, I saw a couple of porn girls with Russell Peters."
Couple porn girls with Russell Peters.
Peters, the comedian.
Okay.
So what happened was a couple days before, I was doing a show with Russell at Irvine Improv, and I brought Jesse Andrews and Asa Akira.
Asa Akira, I remember her.
Yeah, she's great. She's wonderful.
Okay.
So
what's the first one's name?
Asa.
No, the other ones.
Oh, Jesse Andrews.
Jesse Andrews. Okay. I don't
She's
know her.
barely 18, 19, very attractive gal, and
Really?
she won a bunch of awards last year.
I'm assuming it's Jesse I.E.
Jessie, then Andrews.
Yeah. Images. Oh, cute.
Yeah, she's really tall.
Whoa, she looks young.
Yeah, she's fucking young as shit. And
whoa. Oh my God.
and she did some feature. She did some feature film,
Really?
porno film, and she won. I haven't seen it, but she won a bunch of awards. Yeah, she
looks almost too young.
Yeah,
Like, it's almost too young.
that kind of stuff makes me nervous.
Yeah. It makes me nervous too, right? Because same reason as me, because you like it.
I like it,
And you don't want to like it.
but I don't want to have that stuff because.
Gosh, I mean, she looks like she could be 15.
Yeah.
Wow, little small boobs.
She was also in Vice.com, one of the episodes of Richard Kerr. I can't remember. Some photographer, but yeah, she's beautiful. And so is Asa. They're both attractive girls. So I invited Asa to come down to watch the show, and she was hanging out with Russell Peters, and they took pictures and they put in the Facebook with Russell. Well, Kevin saw Russell with two girls and said, "Hey, how come you didn't get us a ticket?" Well, his wife is half Pakistani, half Saudi Arabian. Very unusual. Very unusual. In fact, she's one of a kind.
Yeah.
So I told him,
Kevin's
like,
wife.
yeah,
Okay.
they're both perform in front of the camera. Oh, she used to. So I don't fucking just assume just because you're brown, I'm supposed to get you free fucking tickets to Russell Peters. But I asked for tickets, and a couple hours later, Russell texts me back saying, "Okay, fine, 2 free tickets, whatever." So I didn't have Kevin's number on my new phone.
Yeah.
I had it in the previous phones. I erased it because he did something a year and a half before that pissed me off.
Sure, fuck you, I'm taking you out of my phone.
That's what I did. That's why I didn't have his number. But
Yeah,
I had
people do that.
access to his wife, Sharza. I can't remember her last name, but
Sharza?
I think
His wife, who's the half and half.
yeah, very beautiful girl doing porn. So I had access to her number because I had a file of her. So I text her. I didn't call her. I text her saying, hey, I work for Kevin Moore. I work for Evil Angel. I know Russell Peters, and he told me you're a big fan. I have 2 tickets for you. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. This was Kevin's wife.
Yeah.
Kevin asked you to get the tickets.
Yes,
Okay.
and she's in the porn business. Well, 2 days later, basically, they fired me saying I violated her privacy by getting her number from files, and that's how they fucking fired me.
How'd you get her number?
It's in the file in the movies.
Yeah.
It's one thing if I'm contacting.
You're like, no, but I'm getting it for you because you asked for it.
Yeah, her husband did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like here I have your ticket. Like,
so general manager Christian Mann asked me, like, do you do this? Do you do this all the time? I say yes, because the previous general manager said
that's how you get numbers.
It's okay to use the numbers, providing that it has something to do with the company, PR, or if I have a TV or work for the girls. I can't call them to harass them for sex or dating. I never did that.
So how do you harass them for sex?
Well, I never did it.
I'm joking. You can't call and harass. What?
So it's a bullshit reason. I mean, my attitude was, if you're going to fire somebody or let someone go, just be honest about it. Because either way, I'm going to get my unemployment benefit anyway.
Yeah.
So why make it personal?
Who cares?
Because
why did they fire you for real?
Okay, this is what I keep hearing from back. Christian Mann, who is the general manager, and a couple other supervisors.
Yeah.
Because one thing that they always say about me is because they couldn't control me.
They could not control you?
They could not.
Why not? You're the wild man of the fucking...
No, well, first of all, why do you need to control anybody at work as long as I do my work?
Yeah. What does that mean, control you? What is that? They want you to do porn? What does that mean, control you?
They want me to what is that word? Just like kowtow and...
is that what you were going for?
Yes.
Good. Surprised I got it. We got close.
And, just like... I don't know, just... I don't know why they need to control, but my biggest thing is you can't control me if I don't respect you. They behave...
Shaolin monk.
They behave questionable at times,
Yeah.
They will apply strict rule on me and got me fired, but
everyone else was doing the same shit.
Ari, I have seen a guy throw a chair down the stair trying to hit my former supervisor. Barely missed. I've seen another time, another guy kicked a box with tripod inside, flew across the room, almost hit the guy in the head on purpose. I've seen a black director choking the fuck out of the white general manager.
Choking?
I mean, it was over money, and this. I don't want to say. I don't want to say his name because it's a friend of mine. But he was choking the fuck out of this guy, general manager at the time.
Because he didn't want to pay him. You want to pay him?
Well, I guess they found out. I think what happened was
they reached a compromise.
White directors were getting better rate than the black directors. I think that's what I.
Oh, really? Because the black directors would only get ass shots. It'd be 85% ass shots, and it was like, hey, there's a blowjob going on. Nobody wants to see the ass right now. Maybe that's just my guess. So.
People are fucking their office, fucking
their office. What do you mean? Fuck in their office?
There were 2 different occasions I've seen people fuck at Evil Angel offices, but which is pornos or whatever.
That's got to seem sort of standard, though, right?
Not standard, but
acceptable.
It shouldn't be, but I guess at the porn company, it
is.
And I've seen even fucking...
That's got to be acceptable at a porn company. It's like, come on, it's porn. Yeah. That's, of course, they're going to be fucking. Even though they're not all into fucking, but it's like some girls are.
Yes. So, all this inappropriate stuff happened, and my bosses used to bring kids fucking at Evil Angel.
Now, hold on. He would bring kids to where the pornos are getting shot?
No, not getting shot.
Getting edited and stuff.
Office where production, in Van Nuys.
With pictures up and stills.
Well, I mean, that's why my biggest grievance was, if you're going to throw this rule, I mean, first of all...
How about don't bring kids into a porno where people are fucking? Do a porn studio, or what's it called? Not studio. Office.
What they fire me for, privacy, whatever, but the previous general manager, it was okay. So... And he just ended up this story we talked to before. It's written. We don't even have a worker's handbook when I was working there. It's just fucking bullshit, So they fired me. So going back to kids, yes, John Staliano, owner of the company, his wife Karen Staliano from when the kid was very young, 9 months. I don't know. Maybe I met the kid almost 1 year, but she's probably like 9 or 10 now. But she's been as long as I've known her. She's been there at the Evil Angel.
Really?
Yes.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are you throwing book at me when there's a fucking kid in there?
There's a kid in those places with fucking videos going nonstop on porn.
Well, that's why I complained a couple of times.
You complained about it, and that's what got you in trouble. People didn't like.
Well, it didn't get me in trouble, but like they didn't do anything about it. I'm just saying, if you're gonna throw a book at me,
they did. They used it to get you fired later. Like, this guy is telling us.
But
not to bring our kid here.
But
you're telling me not to bring my kid to a fucking porno.
But if you're going to have kids around, then you obviously don't have a very high standard of rule or what's appropriate. Yeah. So let me give you a couple of examples. So sometimes you get the feeling like somebody's staring at you. So I was editing. Sure. I was chaptering a movie, Face fucking Incorporated, something number, whatever, number 5 or 6, whatever, or one of those kinds of movies. So I'm chaptering. And all of a sudden, I feel like somebody's staring. I look over shoulder. It's John Staliano, a.k.a. Buttman's kid, Isabella, watching me watch porn. And she was like 7 or 8 years old. And I can't.
What? Ugh. Some little 7 or 8 year olds watching you watch porn.
I can't fucking have that. You know what I mean? I used to be a legal alien, so I'm always paranoid about government and stuff.
Oh my god! So they just let her walk around and just.
So I complain.
It seems too young for a kid to be watching porn.
And
seems too young, right?
Come on, it's understood. Young. It's understood.
7 or 8. That's way too young.
That's
14, 15. You find one.
Yeah, I mean,
not the hardcore shit right away. And you're not supposed to be intentionally exposing your kid to it.
No. So I complain, right?
Yeah.
They don't do anything because.
What do you mean? The kid kept watching?
No, she walked. Eventually, when I see her, she fucking walks away. But I complained to the general manager and Christian man. And
did you go to the kid and say?
No, I don't come near any kid. I don't want to walk near any kid at the porn company. Right? I don't want to right because it makes me uncomfortable. It makes
you would like kneel down beside the kid, the girl, and like hold her. Like, listen, what you saw was not. You're not supposed to see this stuff. This isn't for you. You're like a little girl. But then she took your hand and moved it to her like chest. What would you do?
First of all, I wouldn't even come. I'm not going to even go close to her. God. I know. I mean, it is funny. I could laugh about it now, but I was so scared.
Why?
Because
you thought you were being deported for underage child porn shit, endangerment and stuff.
I've done enough shows where after the show you talk to the audience member, and sometimes I'll meet like social workers, and I didn't say like where I work. I just say like, well, is that considered child endangerment when you have a pornographic material? And like a vast majority of the time they say like you could get in trouble for that.
Wow. For child endangerment.
Yeah,
sure.
So
I bet they would count that.
So I complained about that, right?
Yeah, it's finally starting to cool off in here.
And it happens again. So
it wasn't like, oh, I'm sorry, I accidentally brought my kid to where they show porn nonstop all day long.
So eventually I closed the fucking door because it's a really tiny room. It's,
you were leaving your door open this whole time?
Well, I'm claustrophobic. I get really uncomfortable.
If 7-year-olds aren't watching.
Would you shut up?
All right, go ahead.
So me and my coworker Steve, so we're in a tiny little room. So I close, I don't like it. But a couple months later, even after I complain, there's a knock on the door, and it's Karen, the owner's wife, Staliano. She used to be a performer. She goes, "Hey Yoshi, can you
performer
guys?
Means
Hey guys, can you turn off your monitor because my daughter's here?" I'm like, "Oh no! Like, can you cover the posters and stuff?" Like, I don't like this. I don't fucking like it.
You're like, what, did your daughter follow you here? What are you talking about? Why is your daughter here?
Because her room was right next to...
And what do you mean turn off the monitors? How are you supposed to do your work without the monitors on?
Well, she's telling me to turn off the monitor because her kid's there. So she's kind of semi-responsible.
Would she want to show her the office, but like not right now? Turn the monitors off just for a second?
Yeah, turn off. Okay. So I turn off. She will open the door and she goes, "Hey guys, I don't maybe Steve wasn't in the room. I don't know. I know that she walks in. She's like, "Hey, my daughter's competing in a regional beauty pageant. Do you think she's looking distressed?" And she'll bring her 8-9-year-old Isabella daughter in the room, and she's in that like an outfit, like a beauty pageant stuff at the porn company.
She asked porno fucking editors.
Yeah, why
judge her daughter's beauty looks?
Why would you ask? Look at the way. I mean, obviously, you can't. Audience
Just
can't see
okay,
it.
jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm a slob,
You're a
but
slump.
I'm editing porn. Half the time I have a hard on. Now you want me to look at your fucking 8-9-year-old daughter because you want
Tempting fate.
you want my opinion about.
That's the last guy's opinion you should want.
Yeah,
You should be creepier than you are.
I
You
used
tell
to
me that's your job. I'll tell you that's a creepy guy you don't want anywhere around you.
I used to thought that pedophiles are born like they were fucking training me. Oh fuck!
To be one, it's all right. I get it.
So I didn't like that, and because the owner's wife is allowed to bring kids, Sarah West, my former supervisor, she started bringing two daughters. Two daughters.
Two?
Yes.
How old are they?
Maybe 8 and 5.
Now,
Lily and then Willow. I think that's their names.
Now, the supervisor, she used to be a porn star too?
No.
She was just HR.
No, she's supervising.
How was she porn related, the supervisor?
No, she's supervising my department,
And she's not in porn at all besides
No,
that.
but
She's like you, just an unaffiliated.
Yeah, she works there, but she
brought her daughters?
Yes.
What's her excuse? She's not even a fucked up... Like, at least you could be like, well, these porn stars are fucked up. There's no... What's her problem?
It's convenient. It's convenient to have kids there, and so she
taking them to like daycare and stuff
like that. I think. I don't know. I just don't think you shouldn't bring. I mean, you shouldn't bring them, right?
I would agree with that.
I complained to the HR person, which is Gloria Small, and like, look, I can't do this. It makes me nervous, right? Like, she took notes, and
there shouldn't be kids at a law firm. There shouldn't be an 8-year-old kid walking around the halls of a law firm.
Absolutely.
If you're telling me they're at a fucking porn office where they're like, really a law firm, the other lawyers be like, hey, Tony, what the fuck are you doing, man? You bringing a kid around here? We're trying to get work done.
Yes.
What's wrong with you?
You don't take
Get your fucking kid out of here.
You don't take.
Luckily, I'm not watching porn and editing it on my monitor right there. Is what the lawyer would say.
Yeah. So I told Gloria Small, that the HR person, like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't like it. So I don't know how much time afterward, I got a phone call from her, and she said, hey, Yoshi, go to your Sarah's office, my supervisor. She has a surprise for you. So I go into my supervisor's room thinking.
She has a surprise for you?
I'm thinking, like, more work. They're being sarcastic about it, right? So as soon as I walk in the room, both of Sarah's daughters, maybe 5 and 8, were hiding behind the door. And as I walk in, they jump on me. The 5-year-old had my right leg with her head right by my crotch. And the 8-year-old is grabbing my arm, and she bit me, right? So I have 8 or 9-year-old girls' saliva on my arm at the porn company. So, like, yeah, and Sarah's laughing. They think it's funny. But, like, what happens if I trip and hurt them? Right? If I hurt them, they're going to go paramedics. Then they
I can see you falling on one of them.
Yeah.
Just like, get off me, and slipping, and just like crushing one behind your back.
Yeah. Just imagine if I hurt one.
You're like, yeah, get off me. Just freak out and throw a kid across the room.
If I hurt her and they go paramedics or whatnot, they're going to ask, why were there a child? And Yoshi, you're old enough to know that you should. Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit from anybody. And so when I complain about it, they don't do anything about it. And I just think that's worse than they claim I violated privacy when I was texting them for free tickets. It's completely bullshit, and just fucking fire me. Don't make it so personal. Make up this. They were just pretending like they were principal and stuff like that. That's why I don't know, because they have as much principle as I do. Very little of it. Let's just not pretend. Just say you want to fire me because he definitely
fired you because you were complaining about the underage kids being.
No. They it's not that they fired me because they said that I violated privacy. Eventually,
why do you think they fired you?
Oh,
because of the kid stuff.
No. They want to fire me because I'm a smart ass and they couldn't control me.
Oh, right.
They could not control me. And if I don't respect someone, then I'm not going to fucking.
Why do they have to control you? I don't understand.
I don't. I did.
What do you mean control you? Don't they tell you just what to do? They're your bosses. They'll control you. Just tell you what to do, and then you have to do it.
I think a lot of people like when you're dealing with somebody with
your fucking spirit too.
Like, he it's an ego trip, some of it. So I got fired, but so this fire happened. So my previous general manager contacted the owner of the company, John Staliano, aka Buttman.
Yeah.
Told him that he gave me the permission to get numbers from the files, contacting
after
him.
you got fired?
Yeah.
And so he said, "Oh, by the way, I told him that. I'm the old boss, and I told him, yeah."
Because Christian Mann claims we had this conversation, which we never did. He never wrote these rules. We didn't even have an employee handbook until I got fired, like a month and a half, 2 months later. It's a complete bullshit. So they got rid of me. But when I talked to John Staliano 2 weeks after I got fired, I asked him, okay, so I got fired. What did they say to you, the reason why I got fired? And John goes, well, Adam Grayson, the head of the internet department, Christian Mann, head of general manager, said you were setting up Kevin Moore's wife to get fucked by Russell Peters for a couple of tickets. So that's a completely different thing.
But what do you mean? He was the one who asked you to get him the tickets.
Yes.
The husband.
Yeah.
You were setting up Kevin Moore's wife to get fucked by Russell Peters.
So,
but he was the one.
John heard this and like, well, we can't have that kind of nonsense happen. You got to fire him. And I said, excuse me? That's what they told you? So I showed John my text messages back and forth between Kevin's wife because I never called her because I don't like calling girls because I don't want to put myself in a he said, she said situation. Text, you can't dispute. Yeah. I mean, you might misread and read into something, but that's a different thing. But so John tried to reoffer me the job, but I can't go back working for people who malicious lie. And
He tried to reoffer you the job?
Yeah. But I had an incident in working in the fish company in like the late 90s. I ended up punching the guy and breaking the guy's arm.
Yoshi, really?
So I know myself well enough. Somebody maliciously lie about me, and
why would they lie about you though?
They're scumbags. I know it's hard. Ari, I know it's hard to believe there's a slimy people in porn business, but I
mean, no. But like, what's their end goal? I guess just to get rid of you.
I think Adam did it because it makes Christian man happy, and because I have to admit I have been smart ass to him because he is a weasel and dishonest guy. So I just really never show him proper respect that he thinks he deserves.
What have you been doing since you left there?
I've been traveling a lot, working for Attell and work on TV show and
cool.
Trying to pitch for stuff. But before we go, one other thing that they should do. Yeah. Sometimes girls will work.
I like this story, so I'm going to get this mallow cup and eat it. Yeah.
Sometimes girls will work underage with a fake ID.
Yeah.
But it's not our job to figure out if the ID is real.
But you have to look at it pretty hard.
You do, but it's very hard. The reason why Tracy Lord got away was...
This was a long time ago.
The reason why she got away is because she had a U.S. passport. What she did was she had a fake ID and used that fake ID to get a U.S. passport. And the pornographer basically said, look, if she...
So it's like a valid U.S. passport.
Yeah. So they were saying... If she was able to fool U.S. government, how are we as a pornographer?
Yeah.
So that's how...
Show those videos.
Yeah.
They should release it back to the public. It's the U.S.
That wasn't exactly my point.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. If the U.S. government says this woman is 18, then we have a right to see those underage pornos. I get what you're saying, Yoshi, and I agree with you 100%.
So that's how she got away with it, because she had a valid passport.
Yeah.
So it's not our job, or it's not their job now to figure out if they're 18. But
this would have been your job, would it?
It was my job.
You had to look at past IDs.
I have to make sure they're 18 and stuff. Sure.
Wait, you're just fucking choosing the DVD codes.
But I have to make sure that the name of the girl spelling is correct in the movie. I have to check the paperwork. Now here's the thing, Ari. This particular person came back year later.
Yeah.
Turned 18,
yeah,
came back, perform again, but this time used the correct ID.
Oh.
now you have a same performer with 2 different IDs. Well, you could figure out.
First of all, my friend did this when he was going to this bar in College Park all the time. Or it might have been my friend Avi, someone in Michigan, I don't know anymore. But like, and he would give the guy, this ID, this bouncer for a while, and then he actually turned 21, and then, but he was a regular at this bar for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then he turned 21, he started using his own ID, and the bouncer was like, "Wait, this isn't you." Oh, you motherfucker! You're not John Templeton.
Oh, really?
It hit him. It's like this whole time. Fuck. But now he's 21, so it's okay.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so the same thing with you, where you realize like, oh, if this girl's 18 now, then she's not 18 here.
Right. So I think the proper thing is to remove those movies, right?
Yeah, when you know she's underage, not proper, legal. Improper, if you ask me. Yeah, go ahead.
At Evil Angel, what they did was they made multiple copies of the fake one, so she looked like 18 the whole time.
No way. Really? And so then they continue to ship out underage porn?
Yeah, so
so they can be like, fuck it, just say we didn't get the...
Their thinking is 16, 17, whatever she was going to do anyway, so who cares? But my angle always been, that might be true. And very well, she's not hurt by it.
But the U.S. government says it's not your call to make that decision.
The part that bothered me was the customer who bought Evil Angel DVDs, they trusted that what they were buying is legal and there's nobody under 18. So if this customer happened to buy those products with underage performers, you really fuck them because now they're owning a child porn.
Dude, if I go buy a fucking porno from Hustler of Hollywood, just because like, oh fuck it, I'll just go buy, I'll get it and I'll buy a porno. What? I'm not justifying that. Anyway, and I come home and then they fucking raid me. It's like, this is an underage porn. I'd be like, what?
You could get in trouble for that.
Are you crazy? I have to register for a sex offender?
Maybe you might have excuse because the company fucked up, but nevertheless, it's not cool to let people have stuff with underage.
Maybe I didn't want underage porn. Maybe I'm like, hey, I really don't want to be beating off the 16-year-old, so please don't let me start that. That girl, what's her name again?
Jessie Andrews.
Yeah,
she looks really young.
She'd be tough to beat off to. Oh, not there. She wouldn't. Yeah, there should be easy. Oh. Anyway, so they fake documents. So they've been Wouldn't here? I know certain companies have more money than others.
Yeah.
Evil Angel had some money, right?
They have a lot of money. Well, John claimed he doesn't have any money, but it's one of the biggest companies. They've been around for a long time.
When I shot my first commercial, they said it's going to run a lot, and I said, "Yeah, but don't they always tell you that?" And I was like, "My friend did one. They said it was going to run a lot, and it never ran.
Yeah,
it's for like Bud Light or something." And they were like, "Oh no, beer companies have so much money, they'll just shoot 12 commercials and air 3 of them.
Yeah,
because even though they cost $1 million a piece to shoot, just because they're like, yeah, we'll see what promotes underage drinking, we won't show that one. Right, so much money. You would think a porn company would have enough money where if they discovered, hey, we accidentally shot some underage porn, this is like the deal breaker.
Yes.
For like the U.S. government and stuff. You'd think they'd be like, hey, it's too bad we put some money into that, but that's wasted money. We can't use that anymore. Just like Bud Light does for those fucking 8 out of 12 commercials.
Because a lot of the porn company get under attack by federal government for obscenity, and obscenity could be debated. Like it might be obscene to some people.
It's a matter of taste.
But underage thing, it's not a.
It's still a matter of taste, 100%. But
the law said that you can't argue with
so distasteful that will make it
the specific date. She have to be 18 and older. So I don't understand it, but. I'm just saying, if they're going to fire me for that, like, they're so fucking lax with kids at work. I'm getting bitten by one. I got bitten by Sarah's oldest daughter 3 times.
No, that shit's weird to have the 7 or 8-year-olds there watching porn, but you can't cover up birth details to keep. Like, we made the rule, like, even if you're not responsible for making the underage porn.
Yeah, because you didn't know.
Right. But then you can't benefit off. They won't let anyone benefit off any of it,
right?
Because no one should even have contact with this.
But once you find out,
then it's
then you hide it.
Now
then
you're in trouble.
Yeah,
I almost understand too. It's like not telling the government immediately, like, hey, we accidentally fucked up. We saw this thing. She faked this thing here. I can understand not doing that because you'd be scared.
Yeah.
But you should still just like stop selling it immediately and just burn all those copies and then just like not air those anymore and just air the new ones.
You would think so.
Yeah.
So when I saw John Staliano, Batman, the last time I said like John for the old time's sake, I told him the situation was an underage thing. He just said, "Well, don't worry about it."
What?
So, all right, motherfuckers.
That's your buddy?
I mean, I used to work for him.
Oh, that's the one you work. Oh my
John
God.
Staliano, Batman. Yeah. So I don't know what to say. I don't know why.
Wait, that's not the one that you called to say why I got fired. Who was that? Your friend. That wasn't.
That was Chris Norman, the former general manager.
Okay.
He think it's a bullshit reason, but anyway, look, people get fired. I understand that's part of life, but it's this false. There's a pretending to be principle and following rules. There's none of that shit. You had kids. You had people. People got fucking choked. They're fucking in offices. People throwing shit in the office. All those things I mentioned, I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I may.
They offered you your job back, or they did, and you didn't take it.
I couldn't take it because I knew I will get in fight.
Yeah, you're gonna be.
So, because I mean, all right, I know you're a pretty principled guy when it comes to that. When somebody's bullshitting you, you're not going to tolerate that stuff.
I just walk away from them now.
Oh, do you?
I'm just like, ugh, I got nothing to say to you. You're like not even telling the truth. We got nothing to talk about. And I just leave. I don't anymore go like.
I have such
I just go like, oh, that's too bad.
I have a fucking back temper because if I went back to work and saw those two guys and they're trying to fuck me over by lying about me, eventually they're going to say something. Oh, I'm going to say something, and there's a time.
I'm going to say something to them.
They're
probably like, hey guys, I guess you were lying about me and trying to fuck me over. So please don't do that anymore.
Are you serious? You'd be that fucking calm? I couldn't, man.
I don't know, maybe. Probably not.
I could not. And
I probably wouldn't say a word to them, probably, and just go about my business and not talk to them.
And another thing that really fucking got to me is like the fact that they said I was setting up who I thought was friend, Kevin Moore's wife, set her up so one of my comedian friends will fuck her, right? My dad died like 9 years ago, and my mother-in-law was cheating on him the whole time, and really fucked my dad up. And he either commit suicide or it was a fucking murder. To this day, I don't know. So
where was he?
In Japan.
Whoa.
So I'm very sensitive about people cheating on somebody and like fucking over my friends or family members. I'm not into that at all. And Russell Peters. One of his buddies pulled that shit on one of my friends, and
what shit on one of your friends?
You know what? My Russell was hanging out with his Canadian friend and met up with my friend David Cho, and he brought a girl. And behind Dave's back, his girl star wanna fuck Russell's friend.
Oh yeah.
And I understand she was a hot girl, so you ended up fucking her. That's fine. I understand. Where I got angry was that this guy was saying, "Dave, you're a cool guy. We should hang out." And like he was offering his friendship. You either fuck her and don't be friend, or be friend and don't fuck her. When I found out that he was doing both, that's when I got angry.
Like,
so
you fucked this girl, and now you're trying to be friendly with him?
Yeah. So
and behind his back, don't. Yeah.
So that kind of shit I don't fucking like. So when they accuse me of setting up Kevin's wife with that, I get angry just thinking about it. But 5 months ago, I want to fucking I would start thinking like a white guy getting a gun and start shooting people.
Really?
I could kind of understand that. 5 months ago. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
I could kind of understand that because I don't know. Maybe it's an Asian thing, but reputation and like you can't let people say shit. At least I can't. So that shit made me angry. And after I got fired, there's a couple. I think one of those guys were telling people
fantasies about picking up a gun and shooting him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you did, right? What was like? What was like a goal? Where would you do it?
No. I mean, I'm not just saying specifically like staying like Starbucks and like a guy in front of me is annoying me. I want to shoot that guy. Oh. I think it's normal wanting someone
Did
dead.
you have a specific fantasy about shooting this guy who fired you? Who made that stuff about
not
you
shooting, but run him over with a car or something.
That's where you saw it? Was it like outside his house or anything, or just outside the built offices? Like how deep, how well painted was the fantasy? Did you know where neighborhood you were in?
I didn't get that deep. I just wanted both of them dead.
You just saw a road.
I wanted both of them dead. Okay. Actually, 3 of them with the Kevin Moore, the director, because after 1 month later, I could piece everything together. It was like concerted effort to get me fired.
Yeah.
And like, it's
I love that later when you see things going like, oh my God.
It's like what was that movie, Usual Suspect? At the end of it, like you see everything, you know.
Yeah, like, and you're like, oh.
It's not the end of the world. I don't work in porno business. In some ways, it's good that I'm not part of it. I was burned out. I'm not going to lie to you. 13 years of it, but
plus now you're shipping off underage porn.
Stop saying that. I was not part of it. You know, I brought attention to the management. They didn't do anything about it. So don't say I
like McQuarrie at Penn State.
Yeah. Well, no, don't say.
It's close. What could you do, I guess? I mean, it's like they weren't doing it anymore, so now they're just selling it, and you know they're selling it. It's not like you can report that.
But having kids there, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like Karen.
Having kids there is worse.
Karen, John Stelliano's wife, Karen Stelliano, her stage name used to be Trisha Devereaux or something like that. She's a pretty good performer back then, but sometimes she'll be talking to me, like, she'll say things like, we were talking, and she goes, you know, Joy Severa, one of our director, love young girls with puffy nipples, right? Puffy tits. Yeah. Right? I'm thinking like, what? I'm thinking to myself like, who do I fucking look like, amateur? I watch enough movie to know which director into what, and you know what I mean. Believe me, I've given enough DVD to know which comic are into feet, which one into tits. Believe me, I know, right? So I'm thinking like, yeah, I know Joy. Then she goes, yeah, Joy's into girls with puffy nipples because Isabella, and she's talking about her daughter, like I think she was like 7 or 8. She's developing a puffy nipples. Like, why the fuck you telling me? Like, you don't even know if I'm a pedophile. I'm working at a porn company. Why?
Telling me your boyfriend likes puffy nipples because his stepdaughter likes them?
I mean, like,
has them.
But why would you tell me that? Like, I watch porn. Why would you tell a porn guy about your 7, 8, 9-year-old daughter's puffy nipples?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to mention anything about your daughter to those people. So, you know, she... Okay, but you kept working there, huh? How come you didn't quit?
I don't know.
Not that it's bad or good, but like, what? Why did you think about quitting at all? Or did it even cross your mind?
Ari, I don't know how you guys do it because living off
unemployment.
No, stand up.
Oh yeah.
You know, because
I've only just been able to do it recently.
Because this coming October, I'm working a lot with Attell. Bless his heart. You know, he gives me work, and I work on Dave's Old Porn, which is great, season 1 and 2.
That's cool.
But, you know, that the Russell Peters of the world, Gabriel Iglesias, Joe Rogans of the world, Louis C.K., David, you know, of course, they make a wonderful living. Yeah. But as I don't know, maybe a comedy fan might not know it, but for people who are mid-level, always making for work, it's a fucking struggle, dude. So, and I see how better some of them get. I think I was a little worried about that. I could honestly say, if nothing come out of it, that's fine. I really have fun time doing it. I just don't want to get like bitter and angry.
Yeah.
You know,
that's bad.
Like I saw you in, was it Boston? What was the casino that I saw you?
In Connecticut, comics in Connecticut, Foxwoods. Yeah.
Yeah. It always makes me happy is people that like I know making that trip.
Didn't come to a guest set?
I got there too late. I was hanging out with Norton, Artie Lang, Nick DiPaolo.
It's tough to walk away from that.
I was hanging out with them and getting a signed item for my friend David Cho from Artie.
David Cho, the one who got cuckolded. The one who got cheated on.
Yes.
Okay.
So...
did he find out about the girl?
I told him.
Oh, you're like, hey, just so you know, your girl, that you know that guy's been hanging out with you and being all cool?
Yeah.
He's fucking your girl.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He was fucking angry because He said if he would have just asked him like he's interested in girl, Dave wouldn't give a shit. You know, he's a multimillionaire. He's a famous artist. He gets chicks all the time. It's just sneaking behind and offering fake friendship. That really fucking irritate me. I fucking hate people like that, you know.
Yeah.
I can't fault you if some young, attractive girl happened to be dating one of my friends and she want to fuck you and you're not friend with the guy, then it put me in a gray spot. But when you offer friendship and still fuck her behind your back, that's not cool, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That's really awful. I used to have a thing about that when like cheating scenes would come on movies and stuff. I just feel so bad. I'd be like, oh, don't cheat. Now I don't care at all, I guess.
You have a very mature Zen attitude about that because you think open relations is good and stuff like that, and yeah.
I'm always like, just do what you want to do.
I think I'm just too insecure to do that.
Really?
Yeah, I think it would be kind of hard. I don't think I could do it.
You just want them to do it behind your back. Oh, that's what's also happening.
I don't want to give you the name of the girl, but I was hanging out with a porn girl recently, and I was able to kind of separate the thing, but
and then you weren't anymore. You got to be good at compartmentalizing, but just not thinking about it because it doesn't concern you.
Yeah.
But it's also like if you've ever like gone out with a girl, let's say not a porn girl, like a regular girl, and she's had sex with 8 people before you.
Yeah.
Not even that many. 8 people. She's 27. She's had sex with 8 people. You still need a ride home? You still need a ride home?
No, I have a car.
Okay. If you actually think about those guys fucking her and the guy fucking her like 2 months ago before you start dating her, if you start imagining him that this guy pounding her, that would bother you too.
Yeah.
But there's no fault of hers for having sex with 8 people. So then it's like, who cares if it's today or fucking 2 months ago? The more you think, it doesn't concern you. So stop. If that's going to bother you,
I rationally
don't think about her barfing if that would gross you out.
I agree with you, but
I don't think about my girl's vagina just bleeding when she's on her period. I just don't think about it.
But it kind of surprised me a month ago. I was thinking about like, oh, it does kind of bother me.
What?
And we're not even dating. We were hanging out a lot of time, but yeah.
So you couldn't take it anymore?
Well, it was really weird because
That's a lot. That'll test your resolve and how much, it's like the Matrix. Like
they're so
how much can you see through it?
So, and I'm old enough to be her dad.
Oh, really? Who is this?
I am not going to tell you.
Well, just let me unpause it and we'll punch it in and then I can just react. All right, here it is. Whoa, nice. Oh, I like that one. You went out with this girl?
We were hanging out, you know.
Were you falling in love?
I liked her a lot.
She's cute, man.
You know what's weird? Not
the greatest picture of her because she has a penis in her mouth.
I think her dad's like 3 or 4 months older than me.
Really?
Yeah,
that's a little weird when you think about it.
It's really weird. I know.
I date younger girls. You can't think about that stuff because it'll bother you. If you think about
bother you. I mean,
but then you're like,
it's funny.
I'm hitting it off with this person. We're connecting. It's really enjoyable, and I like the vibe they give out, and I like the stuff we're talking about. But then you're like, so this is perfect. I'm immature. They're more mature than they should be. I'm less. And then it's like, oh, her dad's 7 years older than me. And
no,
like, you just got to stop thinking about that. It's just negative. It's just bad.
I couldn't, man. I couldn't.
How old's her dad?
43.
43. Wow. You're 43?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Asians, huh?
What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, it's just like, you guys look young. Always look young. She's cute.
If it had nothing to do with me,
biracial way.
I was saying like, oh, that's an awesome ratio, but like the whole time I was thinking like it does. I guess I am a lot conservative than I realize. It's really weird. It kind of creeped me out.
That would test me. That would test me. Not if a girl if a girl's just constantly fucking, then it's like, whoa, that might be like, all right, it's kind of turning me off.
How old are you?
38.
So it's kind of like you going out with a girl 18. Just turned 18.
Yeah.
That's kind of... It's wonderful.
Look at my boner when you just said that. Lick it real quick. Just for a second. It's yeah.
So I don't know. And it's also weird. I think getting out of porn good in one thing. I could hang out with my friends because my friend's wife.
That's hard, right?
My friend's
when you
husband.
see that, that's annoying.
What?
Like a picture like that. At that point, it's got that's when it's tough to compartmentalize, right?
Yes.
When
That's
you
really
see
funny.
just a black dick in her asshole, or the
Yes.
yeah, or four dicks around her. Those are tough images. This stuff isn't that bad though.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We were not dating. We were spending a lot of time.
Were you falling in love with her?
I'm not. I don't. Not. It's not that, but I do like her a lot. I like hanging out with her. But when you do think about those images, I don't know why. I think the dad thing was worse. The fact that I'm older than almost same age as her dad.
Yeah.
That was even creepier than those pictures.
Yeah, I can see that being tough. It's just like you can't think about that. You just can't think about it. It's just.
But
hard.
I do.
I know, but you can't. You just can't let yourself. It's only destructive. It's like thinking about, when you get real depressed and you think about just the bad things, where you're like, let's say you're going out with a girl, and you're like, oh, this is gonna end, and then we're gonna have to deal with our friends. Like, let's just not.
Right.
And you keep thinking about the end, and you're like, yeah, it's gonna come, but just don't think about it because you're just ruining the time you have.
Yeah.
It's just like you can't think about. It's like stand up. I did this for a long time when I was depressed. Where I'd be like, I mean, even if I do start getting an audience to come watch me, it's at some point I'm gonna be 55.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be relevant to a comedy going audience. So I'm gonna have to stop and do something else. And it's like, hey, you're missing the best time.
Right.
When you're actually doing the good,
Right.
fun stuff. That's what I said at some point. I was like, we'll just go on this ride as long as we can. And same thing with girls. You just go on the ride as long as you can.
Ari,
compartmentalize.
as long as I'm knowing you, that's one thing that striking about you. You're always been a mentally tough guy in this business. Because I know people fuck with you early on. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? And you were able to withstand that,
Yeah, man.
Me, it was a typical Asian response. I hold in it and hold a grudge for a long time, wait for my opportunity to fuck them over.
Yeah.
And that's not the healthy way either.
It's not the healthy way. At some point, I realized I was just making myself. Jeff Ross has all these, he calls them hackadisms.
What?
Jeff Ross, you know Jeff Ross?
Oh, yeah, I know. But what did he say?
He has all these things he calls hackadisms. It's stuff Buddy Hackett told him.
Oh.
And he calls them hackadisms. And one of them that I always sticks with me, it's about grudges. And the saying is, while you're busy holding a grudge, he's out dancing.
Right.
We're like, you're the only one being upset by this right now.
Yeah.
They're not even thinking about it. It's like some ex-girlfriend. They're not even thinking about you.
Absolutely.
And you're like, I wonder what they're doing now. And you're trying to date some hot girl just so you can show them.
Yeah.
And then they're like, they're not even they're looking at buying a dress right now. They don't think about you at all.
I got fired 2 days after Valentine's, so that was February 16th. I'm sure they didn't even think about any of that shit from February 16, 17 and on,
Maybe they did. People talk about that shit a lot.
But
yeah, at some point they just stop.
But I fucking took it personal.
I know you want to get back at them, but just like I did this with Bobby Lee where I hated him for so long.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Why?
Over a chick stuff. And just let a grudge spin out of control, and then at some point you realize I don't even care anymore. I only care because I told myself before that I'm supposed to care. And so then you're just like, hey, I'm sorry. And then it's weird for a week or two, and then less weird for another week or two, and then just fine. Then just nothing.
Yeah.
And you're like, cool, now I don't feel it anymore. Now I don't have to be angry every time I see somebody. Doesn't do you any good.
Maybe it's not the most practical thing to do, but I just avoid people that bring the worst out of me.
Yeah, sure, that's okay to do.
And I don't hang out with every comic. I hang out with the people I like, and you and Rogan and Brody, fucking Russell Peters of the world, Norton and Attell.
Yeah.
People are really.
I remember you were going to do it, or did you do a guest spot for us in Vancouver? You did.
Yeah, that's the
you
first.
You got caught at the border though.
Yeah, they were giving me a hard time. I always get. I'm banned from Canada.
Didn't you have what were your jokes about Britney Spears and stuff? Was that you?
Well, Britney Spears.
Did you have a bunch of porn DVDs and then a bunch of like a joke book full of like?
Oh no, I got in trouble in Canada because I had a I had a DVD with no picture and stamp on them, but there's porno on them, and it was I think within the same week when Michael Jackson got arrested for child molestation. Yeah. So in my notebook, I wrote a bunch of funny child porn titles that Michael Jackson like Kindergarten Cock, SpongeBob No Pants, 4-Year-Old Virgin, Honey, I Fucked the Kids, Wait Till Your Father Get Hard, 4-Year-Old Virgin, shit like that. It's like 5 pages of it.
Right, you're like, I'll just write these all day long and tell them.
So when I got pulled out of the lineup in Edmonton Airport, they found a bag full of porn with those titles. They honestly thought I was a child pornographer. So they made me stay in this room with the immigration people. They went to every one of those fucking DVDs.
Really?
Yeah. So it was a bunch of Canadian guys in the fucking immigration and me standing there fucking have a hard on watching the fucking... there's no kids in them. I brought DVDs, give it away to friends in Canada.
Yeah,
that's it.
But they thought you were smuggling underage porn.
Yeah.
Wow. And you had all these jokes, which were just like...
So the guy was reading them serious, like, I can't believe this. This is a child porn.
4-year-old virgin?
Yes, yes.
How dare you? Even if she looks 4, but she's 8, that's still too young to be having sex.
So I'm banned from fucking Canada for 10 years. Yeah.
But you got into Vancouver.
The reason I got in, because I drove through it.
And they didn't check your shit?
Not at that time. This is like,
now they go right to the internet.
They check. You have to scan your passport.
Now people tell them like that if they don't want to pay the taxes and stuff, the Canadian taxes, so they tell people that they used to tell people like just tell them you're here to visit.
Right.
So you have to make up a story, and they grill you hard.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm just here to visit. Like, who are you here to visit? And I just make up a name of someone I knew in Canada.
Right.
Ali Mickelson. And then they're like, well, how do you know her? I was like, from high school. She's like, you went to high school together? I was like, yeah, she did a year in America. And then we stayed friends. And then you realize you already went in a bad path from high school. She was at college, but you just got to fucking stick with it. And you just imagine some girl you knew in high school and you just keep telling details of her.
You know, Ari, I'm just a bad liar and I used to be illegal alien. I was sweating like crazy. And I just looked like guilty, even though I wasn't. Just anything with immigration shit, it makes me fucking nervous, man.
Oh, yeah. But now you can't do it. Now you say, no, I'm not here to work. I'm just here to visit a friend. And they go, and they type something, and they turn the monitor around, and they show you a flyer with your name on it, saying, Ari Shaffir appearing at this place. And like, so this isn't the same you?
Yeah.
This guy with your picture on it for tomorrow? That's nothing to do with you being here?
You can't get away, man.
No, now you can't.
Well, so I just don't fucking I don't want to lie, not because I'm a moral, like some kind of principled person. It's
just scared.
I get scared. You know, I was illegal for 12 years until I got temporary green card, then regular green card, then U.S. citizenship. You know.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought to make sure you didn't get it.
I'm not related to Bobby Lee, Ari.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
I like Bobby, but
man. So did you see anything else crazy at the porn shop? The porn. I'm trying to think what else I should ask you. Do you ever feel bad for the girls? Like you don't want this life?
Yeah, of course. I mean, once that you meet. I mean, older I get, the girls seem young. Obviously, a lot younger than me.
Yeah.
And
well, I remember going back to visit college a few years. Like every summer, I'd go back and I'd just go to the campus, University of Maryland.
Yeah.
Go to the bookstore, get something, and just kind of walk around a little bit. And the first couple of years, I still knew people that were left, that were there. And then I didn't know anybody. I remember being there during freshman orientation. And the girls looked so young. I was like,
absolutely.
I can't be here anymore. And it was just the young-looking 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
But probably some 17-year-olds that were about to turn 18. But, like, they just looked so young. And I'm like, wait, but when I got to college... These girls look the same exact age.
Absolutely.
And I was into them.
Well, it's kind of like you're from a little town, you're away for a long time, you come back, everything seems smaller.
You know what, though? I just looked at senior pictures from my yearbook of the girls, and there's a bunch I'd still fuck because I have them in my head as, like, sexualized.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah, I'd fuck her. And those are all 17-year-old girls.
But, you know, Ari, I got to say, my favorite thing in porn is every time I see these girls who are 18, they're doing porno, right?
Yeah.
But they're still in high school. Those are always my favorite. Those are always my favorite.
I turned 18 in February, so it'd be like, it'd be like, well, you still got 3 months to go before you graduate.
I've been up.
Wow, they're still in high school, and some guy's pining over her.
Yeah.
And she's like, not only are you not going to get me, everyone else is. And not just everyone else.
I haven't slept much. So, and root canal and stuff. So my head is spinning. I can't remember the girl's name, but those I always fucking love because they will say she's turned 18 in November, and she skipped her 5th period biology class to do 3 black guys, whatever.
Oh my gosh,
those are my favorite because wait a minute, you should be in the fucking class.
Yeah, you should be in class.
But you're taking in ass.
Someone should be telling you, sit down, young lady.
Yeah.
And instead, she's like, I'm not able to sit down, and I won't sit down for a while because of what just happened today.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, can we do a sponsor thing real quick?
Sure.
Do you play video games?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, I have a sponsor. Do you do Amazon shopping?
Oh, yeah. I buy a lot of books. A lot of books, yeah.
Oh, well,
they're way cheaper to buy from Amazon.
So much cheaper, right?
Yeah. It's funny. It's always like 1 cent plus $3.99 shipping.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I got my fucking phone charger I think it was for 1 cent. And Brian Reichel, Red Band, was like, oh, be careful. Some of those you get aren't good. And I'm like, so I'll waste the cent? Like it's okay. I just added it to like an end of an order so I didn't have to pay shipping.
Yeah, it's so little that you could take a chance. But I've been very, very happy. I've never had a problem.
Well, they sponsor me that if people go through my website and then there's an Amazon banner on there. Mm-hmm. And if you go, that takes you to Amazon. But if you do it through my website, then I get like a percentage of everything you buy.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, everyone start reading.
So go to arithegreat.com.
And get some of these.
Yeah, but if you're going to buy a book, then do that. Go through my website first and then buy it.
Absolutely.
It costs you the same amount. And they give me like 6% or something like that. So maybe 6% of the profit. I don't know. But they pay me.
That's a great deal. I mean, people should buy more books, man. That's great.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all I ever buy.
That's all you ever buy?
Books and socks.
Socks are good. 'Cause you're like, I know my size. Just give me the fucking socks. Oh, you had socks online? Do you get striped ones?
There's so many different ones, and they're really cheap.
I bet you could get them. I always look for striped ones. But
I hate going to fucking stores and those are always cheap. If you buy enough of them, shipping's free too.
Yeah. 25. I got Prime this year just to go for it. No, I think I got like a 30-day trial. Ooh, I better get rid of that soon. Okay, so back to the porn stuff.
Yeah.
So, wait, did you see girls that just wanted to get out and couldn't?
Well, think about it, Ari. You're 18, 19, 20-year girl.
Yeah, but not when you felt bad for them, like you should feel bad, but like when they are feeling bad. Okay,
they're feeling bad. But what's worse is you're 18, 19, 20, you did it for a couple of years, you want to get out, and you're used to getting 500 for scene, 1,500 for scene, 1,000, whatever it is. Yeah. Then all of a sudden you quit and trying to work at Starbucks for $8.50 an hour. That's a really hard transition.
Yeah, right.
I don't think that's easy.
Wow.
So
that must be the worst part about it, where it's like, hey, I'm actually making a lot of money doing very little work. All I got to do is eat right.
And so a lot of the girls, they do private.
What does that mean? Porn. I mean, prostitution.
Prostitution, yeah.
A lot of the porn girls are prostitutes, right?
Well, I mean, it's an easier money because they're not getting fucked by these animals. Regular average Joe.
They're just a business guy.
Yeah, like really quick and very good living doing that or stripping. But
how much would they make like prostitutes? Do they bank off their name and stuff?
Yeah, I think the bigger the name,
the more they would get.
Yeah,
like
I would imagine so.
Like Jenna Jameson would be like a great one.
Yeah, I mean.
But like some chick,
I don't want to name names because I'm not going to assume every one of them are doing it. But I would imagine the guy who loved porn star and fantasize it, it's like a big fantasy to fuck not just a hot girl but the brand name girl,
Yeah. Where it's like you tell me you fuck Belladonna.
Yeah,
it's like wow, Sasha.
I wouldn't be surprised Bella charging $5,000 to $10,000, and I'm sure some rich guy wouldn't.
Yeah, because it was always like, how is this not prostitution that they're paying her to fuck, but they're filming it, so then that's okay. But if they don't, what's happening with this guy's?
Stop looking at her pictures.
What's happening to his dick? Does he have a flap? What's this thing? Oh, it's her tongue. Oh, I get it. Okay, sorry. What was I saying? I couldn't tell what that was. It looked like a ball that was in the base of the head of his cock. About money. I don't know what it was.
Man, the weed or something.
Yeah,
I'm really fucking
hits you all at once.
It's fucking 141 too.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, I guess.
No, but
What, do you have any more secret stories to tell me?
not really.
About
Just
that place? You told plenty. That underage shit is weird.
like, why would you have
tell him that? What was the title of that? What was the girl's name?
I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say.
Why? They have underage porn that should be out of there.
I mean, they might get mad at me. They might come after me, but I have all the paperwork. I have it in my. I have it saved. I know which ones.
They should get rid of that. You should tell people so they don't.
I told John Stallion opportunity to do the right things. He said, "Don't worry about it." All right.
So tell everybody else.
So, well, why do you think I'm here talking to you?
What's the name of the porno?
So
I'll look it up. What's the title?
I'm not
gonna tell me.
I'm not going. I'm
I'm gonna
not.
put it on pause and look it up then, and I will put. All right.
So let's not talk about that.
Wow.
Stop saying wow. Just Ari,
great.
please don't talk about another other podcast.
I won't
Okay.
say any details and everything. But man, the weird thing is when I pause and come back to these,
Yeah.
this is what it sounds like. It sounds like we're all talking, everything's fine, and we're all talking, and then it's like, oh my god, what? That's crazy. It's just like because it's just a split second.
Yeah.
and it comes right back.
I can't tell you because I don't know the words protecting myself, but I just it's really important to just keep it to myself.
Because you might have done something illegal.
I didn't do any. I don't know. I'm
Get
not.
that out of there, then. Call the cops.
I don't know the
person
rule,
got
but I
underage
just
porn.
know that it's a fact. Evil Angel has sold products with underage kids. That's all. That's a fact. I mean, underage kids. When I say underage kids, I mean I'm 17,
One
16,
specifically.
17 and 16.
But the fact that they would falsify documents in order to cover it up, to make it look like other documents, is like.
And I'm no lawyer. That sounds like illegal.
That's
shit.
when you're like. That's when you're like. You're going out of your way to cover it up. That's when you're like, this is evil shit.
Yeah.
They've probably done that before too, and since. Right? Why wouldn't they do it again?
They had
every time they come across something.
They had movies with underage kids, except it was just blatant. They didn't even they just sold it because it's like close to 18, maybe like 17 years old and 11 months and 20 days. Well, yeah, I guess.
Right. But then it's like
in the spirit of the law
later.
Maybe it's okay. Maybe I don't
Some
know.
of those girls should be old enough anyway to like. You're good enough.
Yeah.
But they didn't mean you when they said 18. When they would have said 17 or 16.
But I just don't want to be part of it with underage stuff because I'm, that
Yeah.
in this country, being accused of touching kids or something to do with child porn, I'd rather fucking kill a kid than being accused
Way
of
rather
that.
kill
Yeah.
one. Way rather kill one.
You know what I mean? The sexual thing with kids.
Bill Burr's great thing is like used to be like you could fucking kids were. Now I'm scared of them.
Yeah.
You see a kid comes up to you, he's always like you get your hands off. Like I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
Get it away from me. Don't fucking look at me, kid. She's like I get accused of doing something.
That's how I was at the fucking
Yeah.
Evil Angel because when that kid bit me 3 times in 3 different occasions, like I don't know, I was just fucking paranoid.
Yeah.
8-year-old saliva. Poor company. It sounds really funny now, but at the time,
Yeah.
that's one great relief of my life. I don't have to worry about that shit anymore. And
So you're not going to go back to it if you got to.
No.
What if you get an offer from another company?
No, I did get an offer, kind of,
Yeah.
for a different job, for a different company, but I don't want to go back. Well, it's just enough is enough,
Stand up if you want to do stand up.
That's all I want to do. And
Still do a joke about retarded Asians.
yes,
You still do it?
yeah,
It's a long time. You better write some new material.
new material. Did a lot of tsunami jokes, and
Oh, that's good.
No, you're right. I mean, I have a lot of, but both porn stand up. There's a lot of like mental problem issues going around. Let's be honest. There's a lot of issues too.
Both together, you're right.
I'm just going for one group of people, but it's great, man. Hanging out with you and
What?
I like comedy because it's like High School
So hang out with
2.0,
you.
but
It is High School 2.0. We just got back from Montreal. Do you know that the mushrooms going around this year?
Oh no, really?
Yeah, on both sides, on the comedian side and the industry side. It was great.
How long you were there for?
7 days. But that's like, it's like just.
But you didn't do the Dirty Show, did you?
No, not this year.
Oh, good for you.
I did my story. Good for you. What do you mean?
No, I mean, because I think dirty stuff could get disrespect. People
It gets disrespected, but not there, not in Montreal.
Oh, is that okay?
It's their
I didn't know
most
that.
popular show.
Okay.
The Nasty Show is their most popular English show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's their anchor. That's what they usually have at the very first. They have it like a week before, just to like start off the festival.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought.
Oh yeah, there it's their biggest show. It's weird. The galas are bigger, but they just come for the name of the gala.
And I heard that Patton Oswalt had a big speech to the industry and comedians.
He gave us the keynote address.
There we go.
Yeah.
I seen it one time with Mark Maron. He was not Mark.
Yeah.
Andy Kindler.
Oh yeah, that's
hilarious.
The industry
Hilarious.
thing. Yeah, that was he did a thing making fun of Louis C.K. that was just phenomenal.
This year?
Yeah. At the end of his thing, and there's
Damn
funny
it.
parts, not funny parts. I always feel like if you take those and cut them down to 20 minutes, it'd be fucking top shelf.
Really?
It's an
Yeah.
hour, and you're like, some parts are like, come on. But man, he was just. I wish they put that out there. And and I love Louis C.K.
Yeah.
But now I even feel bad about saying because I'm about to say what he said. But he's talking about like and all the things, and Louis C.K. and all these people are talking about how humble they are to have the shows, and they pretend, but they're also bragging about how much money they make. Like Louis C.K., who says he only makes $100,000 for a show.
Yeah.
But really, that's $100,000 per show, so that's a lot of money.
Right.
So who you're talking down to? And he goes, and also his jokes, or this joke is whatever he names some joke, because that's really just a masturbation joke, and he's doing it with this cadence too. And he goes, we all sort of agree that masturbation jokes are hacky, but Louis C.K. is allowed to do them.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're hacky, but like. I can see how those people did think that, and he goes, but now everyone can't say a word because it's Louis C.K. And he goes, and true, all my feelings about him are flavored because I don't like the guy because one time he cut me off emotionally, so that's why I can't see him as clearly as all you people can. But still, nonetheless, it is still a masturbation joke, whether or not my feelings are flavored by this. But he did cut me off. I needed him, and I asked for his help emotionally at a comedy club. And he walked past me, and he really left me, and it really hurt. But still, it's a masturbation joke, and his show is not funny. Let's stop saying it's funny because the entire episode go by where there's not a single laugh. Thank you, good night. And Mark Maron just stands up and immediately fucking gives him a standing O. It was fucking good to watch.
Wait, was Patton must have been joking?
Patton? No, this is Andy Kindler.
Oh, Andy Kindler.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That was all Andy Kindler. Patton gave the keynote address.
Oh,
Andy Kindler
I
gives
see.
the
Okay.
State of the Industry address.
Oh, fuck.
Patton's it was okay, but it was good. But it was like sort of a lot of what Mark Maron had said the year before.
I see.
It was almost the same stuff, but just said a little differently.
So
There's always this thing of like telling people, like agents, you got to stay out of our way.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
that
yeah.
industry, you got to stay out of our way and let us be. But then it's like, and work with us. But then it's like, what does that mean? Work with us. What does that mean? What are they actually supposed to do? And I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah.
But what does that mean? Work with us? Just random terms. And then he gave his whole fucking resume while he was giving this speech.
Well, but was Andy kind of goofing?
No.
Oh, he
it
wasn't.
was jokes based on serious stuff.
Okay.
You know how we said like Norton
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
jokes, but like they're funny, but he's been through it.
Okay.
He's like, I'm not making up the situation.
Right.
But I'm joking about the situation.
Fuck, I missed those.
Oh, that was a good one.
Kindler is so funny.
Yeah, he said that and boom. You just see, I just remember, I was like, oh my gosh. And agree or disagree, but he's right. That show, I still love Louis, that show, but there's entire episodes where there's not a single laugh. He sometimes just does weird stuff, or like, but it's like, yeah, that's true.
I love the show, but it is bizarre.
Yeah, sometimes you're like, this is not funny, but some parts are funny. That Dane Cook episode when he sees Norton backstage at Dane Cook concert, he's like, what are you doing here? He goes, hot puss, or like underage pussy. And then he goes, ugh. And he starts walking away from Norton, and Norton's like, it's real tight. It's tighter. He's like, yeah, I know, man. I know. Like, that's why I'm walking away. Like, that shit's hilarious.
That was a great. I was shocked when I saw that.
Yeah,
I
me
didn't think that was going to happen.
Dude, I shut that off, and I had heard about it. I didn't know what it was, but it was a Dane Cook episode. I was like, oh, really? And I watched it. I was watching it right here on this couch. And then when it was done, I turned off the TV.
Yeah.
And I just kind of sat here for like 35 minutes to an hour.
Right.
Just sort of like sitting and like thinking about it. Just like interesting. Just thinking about terms in general. Of like, one is like, did Dane write this? Who came to who with this?
Yeah.
This is so clear. It's interesting that Louis says both sides, and he was still like, I think you stole it. But he still give Dane his voice of being like, I didn't.
It was amazing.
But then at the
show.
same time, I'm thinking like, too, it's like, yeah, it made me think of like, how long do you punish somebody for doing something wrong? You know? Like if you asked me to pick you up from the airport
Yeah.
and I forget, you'd be mad at me and you'd be right to.
Yeah.
But 3 years from now, you're not still going to be like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a line on everything. For the not picking up from the airport, that's a few days to a week.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, how long
enough.
do you continue to punish somebody? And he brought those topics. I was like, let's say he did steal his jokes.
And I'm not saying this, but
Yeah?
but
It seems like he did. They were so similar to that fucking CD. I didn't see a way around it. They were so similar. And they were all from the same Louis special and Dane special.
yeah.
It's like, whoa, they were so close. And more than one of them. But anyway, whatever. He doesn't do that. There's nobody talks about him doing that anymore. So it's like, whatever. Let's just get past it.
Yeah.
You know? That's how I see it. It's like, you don't punish somebody forever for shit. If they continue to do stuff, then it's like you're continuing to be a problem.
Right.
But like, I understand that in terms of life in general. Like, how long do you punish people for some sort of crime? You know?
I think I'm probably the worst
Yeah, you
person
hold grudges.
because I hold grudges.
I did too, man. For a long time, I did.
It's hard to let it go.
It's hard to let it go, but it's better for you. When it comes down to it, you're like, you shouldn't care about them at all.
Yeah.
So then it's like, why am I affecting myself negatively for their sake? It's for their sake. It's for people you hate's sake. People you like and say, hey, can you not think about this? Can we get into it? You're like, no, I want to be angry right now. And you're like, let the people you like choose how you live, not the people you hate. So then it's like, fine, you won, whatever. I got to feel good. Just worry about that's what I mean. Just worry about yourself. So the feeling angry and stuff just hurts you.
I think going back with my dad thing, you know, like I don't know if my dad committed suicide because my
or if she murdered him.
Stepmother put him in an environment where it made him realize it was hopeless, or she had something to do with, you know. And I was angry for a long time. I beat the shit out of her. I put her in hospital.
Really?
Yeah. I think if I would have been here for another 20, 30 seconds, I probably killed her.
Oh.
So I ran the fuck out of Japan, and I haven't been back. It'll be 10 years next year. But I think if I tried to go back to Japan 5 years ago, well, first of all, I was always afraid.
You'd be arrested.
I don't know if that's going to happen. But even if it doesn't happen, even if I knew that wasn't going to happen,
yeah.
If I would have gone back 4 or 5 years, I just sometimes wonder. I probably look for her and beat the shit out of her, you know. But I think so. But now it's like a 9 and 10th year. I'm getting tired of being angry about that.
Exactly.
You know?
And here's the reality. And I know, I mean, it's way different circumstances because your dad died over it.
Yeah.
But like, if you take yourself out of the situation, she's just some dumb whore.
Yeah.
And unluckily, her orbit worked around your dad's orbit.
Yeah.
And your dad was going to be the type of one of those guys that falls in love with a chick that's a little whorier than he thinks. And then he gets hurt over it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, shit just happens. Those two people come together, there's one way out. And it's like that guy's going to fucking hate himself for a little while, and she's going to cheat on him. That's just how those things happen in life. You know, naturally, that's just going to happen.
I wish I could.
When you get two meatheads drunk in the same pizza parlor, they're going to fight.
Yes.
You know, it's like you can't put those. It's like two beta fish. It's not their fault. It's just, that's what they do.
I was hoping maybe I'm wiser.
Yeah. But she's just a dumb whore. Now she's probably old.
Oh, and I don't think it has anything to do with being wiser. I just think I'm a lot older. I have less energy to be angry. That's the thing. It just,
you might have fucked that girl. That girl who cheated with your father. You might have, and a different girl, same situation. You might have fucked him. I don't know the guy.
Yeah.
And then when some guy commits suicide, it ain't gonna be your fault.
Yeah.
Because you ain't the only one she's fucking.
Yeah.
Those two just shouldn't get the guy who falls in love too easily shouldn't get together with the girl who fucking loves to fuck random dudes.
Yeah.
Fuck. You think he committed suicide over? What did the police say happened? Trying to catch that? No way. No.
Japanese, they don't do autopsy, man.
They don't do it.
Unless you specifically harass the cop to do it. The cops get a lot of shit in this country, but I think for most part, vast majority of them are good police. They follow procedures. They know how to build a case against criminals.
Yeah.
In Japan, they're not good, dude.
Really?
They can't. Amnesty International always talk about cops in Japan. It's like one of the worst, and they coerce people to confess something that they didn't do a lot of time too.
Man, that's no good.
So you might hate cops in America, but believe me,
they're worse in other places.
There's a lot
in Mexico,
worse.
you just got to pay them sometimes. It's like, so we're going to be here for a while. And you're like, 20? And they're like, that'll do.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. All right. We good?
Ari, sorry, man. I came here not sleeping 24 hours.
Let's go. We're done.
today.
I think we're done. We got to it
All
anyway.
right.
We started to meander anyway. So thanks a lot, Yoshi. What do you promote? You have a website? You have Twitter? What do you do? What do you do to get out there?
I just work whenever Norton and especially Dave Attell let me open for them.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of local stuff in the LA area. But
Are you still live in that place in New York, or is that done?
I'm going back and forth.
You still have that place?
It's free rent, so I could show up anytime.
And does anyone else live there?
Yeah, my friend lives there.
Oh, okay.
So, but it just happened that there's a lot of that stuff that was going on in LA. Two of my friends are getting married already. So
really,
I'll be here for a while.
Yeah, in New York.
Going to Afghanistan next month.
What about online? You don't do Twitter?
I tweet.
What's
It's
your thing?
twitter.com/Yoshi Obayashi.
The whole thing?
Yes.
How do you spell that? Y-O-S. Let me see if I'm right. Y-O-S-H-I-I?
No.
One I. Yoshi. Like
Yeah.
Cool Mario way. Obayashi is O-B-I.
No, O-B-A.
Oba. Okay, O-B-A-Y-A-S-H-I.
Yeah. I need to start another account because Eddie F told me nobody's going to fucking find you.
No,
And
man, that's going to be hard as shit.
I think he's right. I think I need to get another one.
Is Yoshi available?
No,
way.
I would have done that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm working in Scandinavia September for like a week.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Denmark
wonder if I have
and
any
Sweden.
listeners in Scandinavia. Where are you going to be? Do you know? Scandinavia, Denmark, and Sweden. Do you have a website people can even find out where?
Facebook.com, Yoshi Obayashi.
Okay, Facebook's fine. You put your dates up there?
Yeah.
Okay, I would love if I have any people that are in Denmark, Sweden, or Scandinavia. That'd be awesome if I have a
They
fan
know
there.
you there because of the Joe Rogan. I mean, Joe Rogan's
really?
podcast is huge in Scandinavia.
So some of those people come over and listen to mine. So if I have one, please go up to Yoshi and say, and the only way you would do this if you're listening to this, and just say, hey, you heard about him from this podcast.
Yeah, I'm working
And you're with Jason Rouse?
in Norway, but in Denmark and Sweden, I'm working with Ron Josso, the Filipino comic from Canada.
Okay, Ron Jossel, that's how you say his name?
Yeah, and God damn it, Shazi, I think that's her name. Oh God,
Shanzi? Sounds ethnic as fuck. They should do a lot of jokes about
she's
her
Pakistani.
parents
I'm saying her
and
name.
how they tell her not to do things that are too American.
She's Pakistani from UK, and I'm fucking tired as shit. I'm not remembering shit, but yeah, I'll be there early September.
Yes, I did get it. Ew.
Denmark and Sweden. Fuck.
Crushing your bug in your hand is that you have a crushed bug in your hand. All right, well, hopefully somebody goes up to you. Yoshi Obayashi on Twitter.
I'm gonna get a
and
new one.
Facebook. I'll put it on my website.
Okay.
It'll be on Ari the Great, and it'll be a link to your Twitter and your Facebook. All right. You have anything to say to the people before you go?
Fuck, I'm tired.
You're tired as fuck.
I gotta
man.
leave in 2